Hello and welcome. Alright, if you stuck with Deep Beyond all the way through issue 12, you'll know the series took like a weird divergence, like, I don't know, 5 issues in or something. And then we came back to Earth and stuff got crazy and really crazy. Really crazy. And if you want my thoughts on issue 12 here without me spoiling anything, uh, I'm let down. I'm absolutely let down. A little bit by the overall plot, although not so much that. Really, it's just I'm let down by we got to the end of this and this is how we wrapped it up. You know, that kind of feeling. So if you don't want any spoilers, there you go. Just go away. You're done. We're done. Video's done. All right. I'm gonna give you like 5 seconds, and if you're still here, we're gonna start spoiling the crap out of everything because I can't talk about this. I can't show you the pages in this without ruining the story, without spoiling everything. Because if I start explaining things like, look, there's a lot of narration in this book, and we don't actually see a lot of stuff happen. It's just wrapping up stuff as an epilogue. I have to tell you like what that is, like to really emphasize the point. And I don't want to do that if you want to read this before you see the review. All this book's been out for a while, so maybe there's really no actual worries about spoilers here. All right. Okay, there you go. Boom. Spoiler time. All right, so in Deep Beyond 12, we wrap up the long-running series. And by long-running, I mean it went like a year. And frankly, in comic book terms, there are a lot of books that don't make it a year or 12 issues before they're just canned. Because they ain't selling like crap. So, Deep Beyond, congrats. You finished your run. Good job. And the story has some like high points. Our climax of the story is the older sister who's come back from the other world 20 years of her life later, but it's been like 2 weeks for everybody else. She rolls in, saves the day, and I really liked the way the story started here. You got these soldiers running in, and then, see, they're running. I showed that part on stream because I thought it was really cool. And then, boosh! Everywhere they were running to is just gone. So anyway, she comes here and starts dropping truth. So, you got crazy girl with a gun. She's like, you don't want to do that. Boom, here's a cage around you. And she's like, ah, crap. And then we just start talking. We just start talking. And that's it. That's the rest of the book. Now, at least early on, there's a lot of dialogue going on as we explain the big catastrophe. And the big catastrophe is that people in the past on Earth made a deal with the alien civilization so the alien civilization could use Earth as trash, a trash heap, a garbage dump. Now, why you would do that to Earth instead of like dumping it, in deep space or Mars or literally anywhere else, I'm not sure. Because as far as I can tell, there's nothing about the contamination being dumped onto the planet that actually means you have to dump it into a place that has people. But there was no Y2K. When Y2K rolled around, all the weird stuff started happening. That was the aliens dumping toxic waste onto Earth. And it was like, for them, millennia ago. It's like 10,000 years. They don't even remember that they're doing it. That's the point that they're at in their lives. All right, you with me so far? So we get a lot of talking, and the book is a lot of talking. Things get explained, we get plot lines wrapped up via talking, and before you know it, we just get narration boxes all over the place. And we don't really see how the story ends. We are told how the story ends. Proviso to what will the aliens do in 15 minutes from now when it's been 100 years later? Like, that's it. That's the story. Now, it should feel kind of good because it ends on a happy note. The humans have like ideas, ways that they can progress, things that they can do, that they know they can do to try to save the world. But we're not really shown any of that stuff. We just get like a narration box that says, yo, this is going to happen. My name is whatever his name is. And life isn't as bad as I thought, but we could all die 5 minutes later. The end. That's the end of the story. And for all the stuff, all the crazy feelings that we got, it seemed really fast to wrap it up that way. I mean, it's a lot like the way Unnatural wrapped up, right? It was just like, hey, we're going, there's a deep conspiracy here between these people and the government, and da 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 da. We're replaying that same story with, I I guess, an environmental message instead of a whatever message, you know? So you needed another issue or two here to really explore things, or I guess I just needed to kind of accept that the climax was actually last issue, and this isn't the climax, this is actually the anticlimax, this is the epilogue. But it feels kind of weird to spend an entire issue of a comic book on the anticlimax. Because that occurs after the climax. Because really, there should have been something like these dudes rush in, they're gone, and we get to hear. It seems like there should have just been a little something else to happen to bring some satisfaction. Maybe Spy Girl gets killed, or some guards show up and their guns are all cut in half, or something really dramatic like that. I guess there is a little bit of that kind of wrap up with like the war that's going on between a couple of the human governments, which I don't even know if I'm ever going to find the page where that stuff occurs on. It's got to be in here somewhere. Yeah, here we go. Like, I guess there's a little bit of that with this page where people show up and there's like, you can't have your blah blah blah. But there was no emotional payoff for me. Is kind of what I'm getting to. It was like, oh, okay, so that's what happens. And when you get to the end of a miniseries that ran for 12 issues, you should never get to the point where it's like, oh, that's what happened. Well, okay. Because that means something let you down pretty bad along the way. All right, that's what I got to say about Deep Beyond issue 12. You all take care of yourselves. You have a great day, great night, great whatever you got going on. Hope to see you again next time. Until then, bye bye.